Hovians, hop in your Tardises. You're listening to another episode of Doctor Huh?
Huh? Are we sure this is the same season that Oxygen was in?
I'm going to tell you, I think this is definitely the same season Oxygen is in. It's just an earlier episode. I'm I'm Jordan, and this city runs on happy faces.
I'm Sam, and I loved this episode.
I love watching Doctor Who.
This one was really good, Jordan. I liked it a lot.
I think this is a perfectly mid episode.
I thought that most of it was great.
And then there's a point at the end.
I liked a lot of it a lot. I thought that the ending was...
What would your emoji by the end of the episode? What would it look like?
Eggplant. I mean, damn.
Nice.
Nice. Let me think. What emojis are there?
There's like smiley face, frowny face, and angry face. There's like 6 different horny ones.
Let me take a look at my phone.
I guess Aristotle memes.
Yeah, Aristotle memes. I was gonna say.
I was definitely feeling very Aristotle memes about this episode.
Which episode is this?
This is Series 10, Episode 2, Smile. Which, have you noticed, by the way, speaking of, because I know your favorite thing is to talk about weird trends in our episode viewings. Have you noticed that we keep getting second companion episodes over and over and over again? We've got second companion for
Amy Pond's second episode. We got Martha's second episode. This is Bill's.
And we had Clara's second. Well, we had Clara's first episode. Wait, no.
We had Clara's first proper adventure with the 12th Doctor, which didn't make sense.
No.
I still don't quite understand how that fits into the timeline.
No.
Was that the same Clara? What the hell was going on there?
Nobody knows.
I gotta rewatch Robot of Sherwood.
One thing
Did we get this? Oh no, the second with Rose is the Skin Lady.
Skin Lady, yeah. We haven't seen her
when they
yet.
go to Skin Lady Station.
When they go to Skin Lady's cool house. Okay, this one was written by Frank Cottrell Boyce and directed by Lawrence Van Gogh. It's just Lawrence Go, I'm assuming. Maybe Goff.
Goff.
Yeah.
Which I'm told that's also how you're supposed to pronounce Vincent Van Gogh. I will never do that, especially not when we get to the episode that he's in.
Yeah, but the episode he's in where they always call him Vincent Van Gogh.
I'm sure they do,
and that's how I'm sure
it's correct. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to call him that any more than I'm going to call it algae when they talk about.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand that hard G there, guys. I'll
say, to be completely fair and critical of our American English, I don't think that algae is a great word.
But it feels more natural to say algae. I feel like one thing that we don't do enough on this podcast, nearly enough, is just like make people in the UK like talk about their choices and
take them to task.
This is a perfect time, by the way. How many episodes have we done? Like, we were getting close to like 40, I think.
This is our 38th.
Oh, we're so close. Okay, so this is a perfect time for me to say...
Wait, sorry, so close to...
40.
That famous milestone.
Well, I'm just saying we've done a lot of these. We've been going for months and months, and I think it's finally time for me to say, what the fuck...
just about ready to wrap it up.
What the fuck is up with Celsius? Like, if you think about it, 100 degrees Fahrenheit is, like, hot outside. Like, it's hot. It feels hot, but 100 degrees Celsius is boiling. Like, that's a terrible way to measure temperature for weather. It just doesn't make any sense, because it's like, there's only so many degrees. It's way less... It's way less granular in what the temperature outside can be, and that's really what we care about. Just something to think about for you weirdos out there who use that measurement system. Anyway,
look, I agree with you, but I'm also not going to go along with you on this for the podcast.
So this is a new segment called the things that they do in the UK and in Europe that I don't like. That's our first segment. We'll be back next week. This episode is interesting. And I'm starting to see a pattern of Doctor Who Series 10, which I think we watch these episodes in random order, so we're not. I don't. I know. Sorry. Did you think the show is just like this?
No, Jordan. You know that's fake, right?
Right.
I just put them in the order that I want to watch them in a spreadsheet.
These episodes that you never seen.
You didn't
before.
think we were really doing that, did you?
This is like finding out Santa isn't real, which
What?
I still haven't come to terms with that one. Oh, sorry. The thing I was going to say is that you could tell this is a Series 10 episode, first because it's Doctor and Bill, but also, apparently, every Series 10 episode just has, like, social commentary in it for some reason, but sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Like, I don't know if you remember this, but just at the very end of Thin Ice, for, like, literally no reason, they're just, like, and also, I can't even remember what the like, social commentary or like social issue that it was like, and also no more racism, sign it in a document.
Yeah, there was some stuff about racism. Yeah, I don't remember.
And then Oxygen was like capitalism, and I liked Oxygen, and I think it did a good job with it. I think it's just whether they do a good job with it. And then this one,
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves with what this episode is about in the end.
Decides at the very end for no reason that it's about, but this is something I'm going to have to keep my eye on for the rest of Series 10 episodes, is like, is this all of them? Because, this show is mostly watched by kids. I'm not going to be like, no, they shouldn't put any...
Is that true?
I think so. I think it's like
mostly kids?
It's an all-ages show. I'm not sure about the demographics. I mean, I don't... Sometimes, are we trying to make ourselves feel better that we're watching a show for babies? Nobody knows.
I don't think that it's for babies.
I will say that I think that this episode falls into the category for so many great Doctor Who episodes. Not saying that this is a great Doctor Who episode. I haven't decided that yet. Of whether or not this is horror for kids. Which like this one, or Oxygen.
It's bloodless horror, where the horror basically amounts to, what if something happened and then someone became dead?
Someone became a skeleton, usually.
Okay, well, let's talk about this right now. No, okay,
no, we have to
I want to talk about the skeletification.
We'll get there when we get there.
We can't, because we need to establish what this episode is about first, and then we'll talk about why this is the funniest episode that they could have possibly made. There's no previously on. That's weird.
It's the funniest episode for us to possibly have been made, yeah.
There's no previously on. We just go straight into Bill. As is tradition, she's apparently already been on one TARDIS adventure, but now it's like, okay, this is the first like real one that we're going on together on purpose. She's like asking questions about the TARDIS. Where are the seatbelts? Why are the seats so far away from the console? Where's the steering wheel? The Doctor says you don't steer the TARDIS, you negotiate with it. Because Clara tricked him into taking a broken one.
Because every time you try to go to Brighton, it just never works out. That's a joke for like 3 episodes of classic Doctor Who that we've talked about. Sorry.
Man, they wanted to get to Brighton.
They wanted to get to Brighton so bad, but the TARDIS never takes you where you want to go, and even when you want to go there, it's like it knows that something, a TV show episode is happening there. I realize that sometimes I go like, every time they go somewhere on the TARDIS, it really sucks, but then I realize it's because it's a TV show. And they wouldn't make an episode where nothing happens in it. They just hang out.
That it's called Slice of Life, and it's good.
They should honestly, I would love to see a Doctor Who Slice of Life episode with with Yaz, Graham Ride, and the Doctor. They go to the arcade planet, or they do the beach episode that they always wanted to do, but they've never done. And it's just like a good time for everybody. Nardle's here. He's a robot, we think, still. I'm like in the 99% sure that he's a robot.
He literally said that he had sex with the voice in a phone one time.
You can do that if you're a person, if you try hard enough.
You can do that now.
Like, he still has a physical form. I don't know what you want from me. And he says, hey, you can't leave. You made an oath. Shadow the Hedgehog.
I was agreeing with you.
Oh, that he's probably a robot?
Yeah.
It would be so funny if we got to like a random episode, like episode 1 of this season, and Nardle is just a guy and he's not a robot.
It's just Matt Lucas himself.
He's not a robot. he does the typical lecture that we've come to understand from this series. Where
Yeah,
he says,
you should be at the university. You got to guard the vault. I did like when he asks why the doctor's in the TARDIS, and the doctor says it's because he's 2,000 years old and he was using it to avoid taking the stairs.
Honestly, though, Peter Capaldi's a pretty old man. He's both a pretty old man and he's a very pretty old man. But there's a part in this episode where he climbs down a ladder, and you can definitely see the signs of age on Capaldi as he's just like grunting and groaning as he's trying to climb down this ladder. I felt so bad for him. So I think he should use the TARDIS.
Peter Capaldi's going to listen to this and he's going to be so mad because he was acting his ass off and you thought that he's just old.
Oh, Peter.
Peter Capaldi is fucking ripped.
I can't believe Peter listens to this.
Hi, Pete.
Hi, Peter. You're like my favorite doctor. You're doing a really good job. But yes, he should use the TARDIS to skip Bowser's infinite staircase.
The doctor tells Nardole, hey, I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just in the TARDIS. That's fine. So go. I'm just gonna go back into my office. So put the kettle on. Nardole leaves, and the doctor tells Bill, it's a time machine. We can go on a bazillion adventures and then be back before the tea is boiling.
I know we've made this joke before, but like, he comes back and Bill is an old woman.
What did you do, Doctor?
And then she says, "I knew we shouldn't have gone to the reverse age or to the aging the reverse fountain of youth on the aging planet of Grampulon 9."
There's a little moment here that I really liked, which is the Doctor asks Bill, "Where do you want to go, past or future?" And she says she wants to go to the future, and he pauses and asks her why she would prefer to go to the future. I don't know why. I just thought that was interesting that he's curious about her perspective because it's something that he can't really relate to at this point. I don't know. I liked that.
The more we see of Bill, because this is the episode right before Thin Ice, and then we see her, a couple episodes later at Oxygen, and we see this is early Bill, where she's just very she's very happy and like positive and just very nice, and I'm just like, Doctor, I'm going to kill you.
Not if he kills Bill first.
Yeah, he's really like trying to kill Bill, I think. Well,
we've had some companion fates hanging over this podcast for a long time. I'm so sure
that Bill is like, nobody dies harder than Bill dies to me.
Praying that Bill is the one who survives. I'm gonna be so sad if Bill dies.
Doctor has like every week he like, I don't know, maybe part of keeping the vault closed is that Bill has to die. And he's just like taking her on. He's like, I put her in the vacuum of space and she survived. I don't know what else I can do to kill this young woman.
I'm curious what you think, because I know that you're a big fan of Donna, who I have met now, kind of. I basically know everything there is to know about Donna,
because you know that she's in a wedding dress. So
is Donna? Where do you think Donna rates against Bill? Because I think Bill might be my favorite companion.
Ooh, well, the thing about the Donna save is that I haven't seen a single Donna episode except for the one that we saw in like 10 years of my life. So I really don't know.
That's fair.
Yeah, more than 10 even. Ugh. But I remember really liking Donna, and but Bill is definitely up there for sure.
Yeah, I've said this before. I haven't really heard many people talk about the Capaldi era.
Nobody talks about this part of the Capaldi era. I feel like most people talk about him and Clara.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I've never heard people talk about Bill.
We might be the only people who like this season. It's entirely possible.
We go to the future planet that we're going to be spending time on. The planet, actually, this location never gets a name of any kind, but it's a planet some point in the future. We never do learn where we are or when we are. Bill forgot to ask because she's not a very good companion.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot to ask because I dropped that bit like months ago.
Well, There's a woman. I'm not gonna bother with names because we'll find a lot of these characters will be dead very, very soon.
Well,
But
there's a femur and there's a bone soon, Mrs. Bone soon.
It does need to be mentioned that a lot, not all, but like most of the characters on this planet in this episode have like weird happiness themed names,
which doesn't.
So
really...
one of them is named Good Thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just lazy. But Good Thing is talking to this lady. I think it's her sister. She's talking over like invisible radio comms. Her sister's like walking in this field, and Good Thing is like, "Don't come inside! Don't come inside! There's a problem with the Vards."
Vards or Vardy?
Which she says we're having a Vard problem, which really bothered me because I thought that they were like calling the robots in this episode Vardies, like affectionately, but it turns out they're just called Vardies.
No, this
Maybe
is like
a
a Vader Ganger situation. They're called the Vardy, but they call them Vards.
There basically there's two types of robots in this episode. There's a swarm of microbots. Those are the Vardies.
And then there's the happy face little guy robots, and they don't think they have names, but they're probably they're called emoji bots. No, they're called emoji bots.
Yeah, the wiki says they're called emoji bots, but never in the episode. But and the emoji bots are described as like the interface that the Vardies operate.
I think it's funny the idea that like this episode posits, and I'm sure that the term emoji bots is like just, you know, that's what Bill calls them or something.
That's what I call teenagers. Am I right?
Fuck yeah. But anyway, the idea that like humanity is so far flung. By the way, there's a thing. I'm trying so hard not to get ahead of myself. I won't do it. I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna bring this up when we get there. But anyway, the idea that like in this far flung future, you know, humanity almost unrecognizable. They have these nanobots that do all their work for them and whatever. But the one enduring piece of culture that never went away was emoji. We kept that around for thousands of years.
To be fair, like the concept of a smiley face is very, very old already.
I heard that there was one carved into the to the wall of an ancient Mesopotamian building. It said a dog walked into a bar, laughing, crying emoji, laughing, crying emoji.
Oh Jesus.
Anyway, so we get to see...
You might notice in my notes, this is where I started to wonder, because the woman in the field is like, my Vardy just pollinated 3 miles of wheat. And I was like, oh god, it's going to be an episode about bees going extinct.
We're going to get one Vardy who's played by Jerry Seinfeld. and it's a weird, like, sex comedy. No,
but Good Thing tells her sister,
yeah,
you need to keep smiling. You gotta keep smiling.
And then
you gotta keep smiling. There's a very weird smash cut to the two of them, like, walking together in this big, like, empty white facility. You looked up what this place was,
yeah,
right?
This place is fucking cool. It's called, like, the City of Art and Science in Valencia, Spain. I was because I was watching this like, damn, whoever did like the sets for this episode is incredible. But it's actually just a real place on Earth that they filmed at. Very like, it's about as much of like the meme that's like Society of Society of
yeah,
blah, blah, blah. That's this building on Earth,
does look
and
like
it's
that.
real, and it's very cool looking.
It's a cool setting, and I like it when the doctor arrives. It's like completely empty, and there is a very cool atmosphere to it.
I think that something that a really strong point of Series 10 is that I think all of the like the locations they shoot in and the costumes and the general look of the show for this season is actually pretty great.
You've always said that you like Doctor Who most when it has a huge budget.
That's not even true. That's just, don't even try to compare this to Backpack Era. It's totally different. Fuck you.
So they're walking together. The emoji robot is following them. And Good Thing goes up to her sister, and she's got a big fake smile, and she's like, I need you to smile. I need you to smile. Mom's dead.
And we also see, one thing we see is that they have, like, faces, little, like, emoji faces on their backs, right? And, like, as they have this conversation about how various people in their family are dead, you know, that's hard to be happy. Good Thing's sister, whose name is now, it wasn't before, but her name is now Sad Thing, is unhappy. Bad Thing is unhappy to learn that her family's dead, and she obviously starts, like, you know, crying and being upset.
I wrote down, by the way, this is weird because all the stuff about smiling and happiness, it doesn't fit in with what we later learn, because you kind of think like, oh, this is like a society, right, like a dystopia that's all designed around like superficial happiness or something like that. And that's why all these characters, we get a few more names. Good Thing is like, I'm not joking, please smile. And also, by the way, Hopeful is dead, Sunshine is dead, Eliza is dead. But we learn later that these people, like,
this is just a happy family. This is just a
fairly recently arrived on this planet. So like, those are just the names that they that they brought already anyway.
This is like a new Earth religion where it's just like smileism, and they all have...
It's New Earth, where they're wearing emotion patches.
Bliss is dead from an overdose of bliss.
So anyway, the emoji patches on their back.
We're gonna be saying emoji a lot in this episode, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna be saying emoji many times.
This is an episode for the teens. They love that stuff.
Love that shit. Her emoji starts crying, and Good Thing is like, please. As the emoji bot like starts marching over, and it's like replicating the sad face from her emoji patch, and Good Thing is like, please, you have to smile, please, she'll smile, give her a second.
And well, then, I mean, they do smile. They sometimes, when you're experiencing horrible grief and suffering, the happiest thing you can do is let those bones breathe.
Let them breathe. I gotta slip out of something uncomfortable. My skin.
Bots give them
my skin, my muscles, my nervous system, everything that's not my bones.
The emoji bots give them what they need, because a big swarm of nanobots just strips them right down to the bone. Oh, it must feel so good. We've been joking
for so long on this podcast. I think it started in Planet of the Dead, which I want to say was like episode 10 of our podcast or something like that. But the fact is, this episode is about how you become happy when you get your skelly out.
It's about robots seeing that people are sad, and they diagnose the solution to the problem.
Let me help you.
I can make
removing skeleton.
Yes! Thank you!
Thank you,
finally, I'm free to breathe! And then after that, after they let them take those bones out and, you know, take them for a walk, the emoji bot... when the emoji bot lets their bones breathe, presumably just to show them what their bones are going to look like, it turns into a skull. Like a skull face with skulls for eyes.
Here it comes.
This'll be you.
I do like the shot. It's, you know, one of those great horror for kids moments that Doctor Who is so good at sometimes, except when it's really bad at them. Because what we see is this woman get swarmed by a cloud of microbots from the sky, and we hear this like horrible like drilling noise, and then just a pile of perfect clean white bones fall to the ground, and then Good Thing tries to smile through it. She's like, look, I'm happy, please don't kill me. But the swarm flies at her too, and we just watch this emoji bot as we hear the like horrible drilling noise, and then it just like blinks back to a smiley face.
Pretty good.
That's pretty great.
We arrive on Smilulon. That's hard to say. Granulon 9? Is that better? The Doctor and Bill have arrived, and they're in that big like golden field of wheat. Makes me patriotic just thinking about it.
Great. The Doctor says that this is one of the first ever Earth colonies, and he says, you know, they say The settlers here cracked the secret of human happiness, and I'll say right now, the thing that he just said does not in any way line up with how the episode resolves.
Also, you know, sometimes there's so many episodes of this show. There's so many episodes of this show. And they've been going on for so long that the continuity is fucked, and you can't. But like, are you sure this is one of the first, Doctor?
There was actually an allusion to that. What the sort of inconsistency you're referring to that I thought was actually pretty clever. Because Ding! Eventually, this is a while into the episode, but eventually he makes some comment about like when humans fled the Earth, like there were tons of ships.
Yeah,
that
this
all
is
went
the thing
off
I
in
was
different
like. This is the thing I was trying to like avoid talking about, where he says like, the humans evacuated Earth. And they all got on different ships, and I even met some of them, and some of them were whole countries. On
yeah,
big
some of them
ship.
were the Starship UK.
Some of them was a big whale, and others had smiley robots on them. Nobody had a single plan for what they were going to do. They just all came up with their own episodes for us. I think
that's cool. I like the idea that like small chunks of humanity like came together with different ideas of how to survive in the apocalypse, and they all like went their separate ways, and the idea that they would be so scattered and so distant, and like this scale of space travel, like the time of it is so vast that like they probably will never encounter each other again for the rest of time.
Yeah.
But the Doctor happens to cross paths with all these different people.
It's just
all
a weird
fled the same apocalypse. I don't know. I think that's cool.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's weird to watch because sometimes it feels inconsistent. But maybe we shouldn't watch this in random order.
No, we should. You're wrong.
So they go inside the big futuristic building. And nobody is around at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Bill takes a selfie, and the Doctor gets mad.
Yeah, he says, "You fucking kids." And then she says, "Hey, what was that thing where that real human man told you not to leave? What was your oath?" And then he turns into Matt Smith for just a second when he says that a thing happened, and because of that thing, he had to promise that he would stay on Earth.
I like that he prefaces this with like, "I suppose I do owe you an explanation. Well, basically, something happened.
I was there was a thing, and I had to do a thing to stop the thing from happening. What was the thing? Shut up! Shut up!"
She points out that he's not guarding the vault right now, but he, I would say fairly counters, "I have a time machine."
And then she says, "But what if something happens to us?"
He says, "That'll never happen." I do like his response to that, where he's like, "You see, I've thought about that." And she's like, uh-huh. He's like, "Well, it would be bad, so I try not to dwell on it."
I love that. That's so good.
But yeah, he changed the subject. He's
being several different doctors right now, because he's also being a little bit Jodie Whittaker in this episode, where he's like, "You beautiful, clever humans, you Earth 11 billion people, look at this beautiful human optimism." Oh
yeah, he's like, this building is a testament to the optimism of humanity or something.
And then he also is he becomes a little bit of Eckelman when he's talking about the Vardy, the clever little nano machines. Kind of all the doctors in one kind of episode.
Well, you know what he did that felt very Eccleston is when she sees the Vardys, which again are like a cloud of nanobots in the sky. And he talks about them. He says they work in flocks. They're like the worker bees of the third industrial revolution. They learn so fast, etc. All these things about them. They're so amazing. They're the best. But Bill, and this is actually very much in keeping with what we saw of her in Oxygen, is she wants to see her understanding of what this kind of adventure should look like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when she sees out the window of the space station, she was like, "Yes, this is what I've been looking for in space." Because she's looking at these little microbots and she's like, kind of disappointing for the first robots I've ever seen. And the Doctor's like, "You have no idea how offensive that is." And she says, "How can you offend a machine?" And he says, typical wet-brained chauvinism.
That is very Eckelman.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to tell you, by the way, it's like Smooth Brain, but even weirder. The robots, the Vardis, are named after a guy. Do you know this? There's a guy. It's named after a guy.
I didn't catch that.
He's named after a professor, a Canadian.
Is he like a professor of happiness or something?
He's a professor of swarm robotics, which is kind of buck wild to me. That they were like, we're going to name our robots after you. And also, by the way, these robots go horribly wrong and kill everybody.
There was another...
Do you like that?
There's a part where he finds the facility is powered by a cold fusion reactor that he says is like, oh, thank God, it's a Fleischmann cold fusion engine. These are so easy to destroy. These hunks of junk. Like, Fleischmann was an actual physicist who, like, researched cold fusion.
Fuck you, Fleischmann.
I love the idea that they would be like, oh, good, these robots are Einstein models. That means that you just push them over and they explode because they don't fucking work.
The thing about Vardy is that he's like he's not even like it's not like, he's just a guy, he's like a guy alive right now doing research. Oh. Like, he's just a dude. It's not like, funny. It's not like, like when you say Einstein, it's like everyone knows who Einstein is. It's just like, either they knew him or they just looked up if there was anyone researching this kind of thing to give it.
Oh, like, it is actually this sort of thing?
Yeah, he's like swarm robotics. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you said that, but I kind of just brushed it off because I was like, nah, that's sci-fi shit. I misheard that.
That's what it was. That's what it says on the internet. So I guess they were just like, you're the guy who makes the kill bots.
Well.
And they name them after you. Which is crazy.
Then their ears get upgraded.
They do have their ears get upgraded, and
It's such a funny thing because this sort of thing doesn't happen again for the rest of the episode. It's like, I think we don't really see what happened, but I interpreted it as like some Vardis flew into their ears and tinkered around.
Yeah, they kind of get like Babel fished or something. Or they get like the Metal Gear like ear implants where they can just talk to each other through their brains, or through
right? Because that was what we were seeing earlier. Was the sisters were talking, but they didn't have any sort of like phone or radio or anything. So the doctor says, "Oh, they must have upgraded our ears." So that's like, oh, this place is such a paradise. The robots just like tinker with your physiology to like improve your hearing and stuff like that, or what? But I was like waiting for that to ever happen again, and it's like, no, this is the one thing that the Vardis do.
It's also another one of those things where, you know, this is supposed to be this like beautiful, perfect utopia, minus the killbots, but we'll get to that later. But also, everyone always knows how you're feeling, and also anyone can just talk directly to you at all times, whatever they want.
Yeah, there's a joke from the doctor where he's like,
no, Bill... Well, Bill is
because Bill is like, but how do you turn it off if you're going to the bathroom? And he's like, they've probably patched that out or something like that. Like, people don't go to the bathroom anymore.
Yeah, it's very.
But where will I be on my phone?
Because what if I'm at work and I need to not be at work for like 10 minutes?
The bathroom is where I go to look at emojis on my phone.
Just a stock image, woman laughing at emojis in the bathroom. Just
scrolling through Emojipedia. This is a great one.
I love this one.
So she, Bill starts wondering, like, hey, where is everyone? And then they encounter one of the emoji bots
finally,
for the first time.
That's a robot.
Yeah, she's like, that's what I'm talking about. That's a robot. And the doctor gets pedantic and is like, actually, that's not a robot. It's just an interface that the Vardis use.
Oh my god, shut up, doctor.
But then she's like, oh, can I talk to it? And he says, well, it'll depend what aspects of human language will have survived all these years. And she sees that it uses emojis, and the doctor's like, ugh, emojis. He says somewhere in here, like, humanity is the only species in the universe ever to use emojis.
They're like pictograms, aren't they? Aren't they just like picture, like, right?
It's a smiley face.
It's a smiley face.
It's a light bulb. Like,
I'm pretty sure this is the first way that that all whatever.
We did learn that there's a Discord user Vertigree posted. I have a beautiful quote from the wiki about Smile. Quote, in Doctor Who Extra, Stephen Moffat and Peter Capaldi explained that they don't really understand emoji. Thus, they had some trouble understanding text from Jenna Coleman, who used emoji frequently in her texts to them.
That's very that's very funny because that also feels just very Clara to me.
I want to see the text
text
between Jenna Coleman and Peter Capaldi, where she's like using smiley faces, and he's like,
"What the fuck is this? I can't tell. What is this? I don't understand.
What I don't get this.
What is this?" Okay, so
and then he has to climb a ladder, and he breaks his hip because he's
so
old as shit.
Old. So then they see the emoji bots, and the emoji bots give them their little. They hand them
the emoji patches.
The emoji patches, and then the emoji patches just like whoosh, fly around them and go right on their back. Because when they can't see them, they can't look at them themselves. Like,
yeah, they're like turning them around in their hands, and they're like, whenever I rotate it, the side that's facing me is always blank. Mirrors don't exist in this world. The Doctor says, he kind of speculates, it must be a mood indicator, and it doesn't show you your own mood because it might create a feedback loop where, like, you see that you're sad and it makes you sad, you know? So they put them on.
And then it, like, zoops around to their back.
Yeah, I thought that looked kind of cool, where the Doctor, like, tries to put it on his chest, and it just, like, vanishes and appears
by
on his
the way,
back.
Not to continue to pick apart the premise of this already outlandish episode, but, like, if the idea is supposed to be that your emoji patch is, like, a signal to other people about how you're feeling, does that just mean that every conversation has to start from the back? Like, if I'm talking to a person, I'm looking at them, I also can't see their emoji patch, and they can't see mine. So I don't really understand the utility of it. Is it to see how the person in front of you in line at fucking McDonald's feels? What is this?
I mean, sometimes it would be good to know if the person in front of you is being an asshole.
It's when you walk up behind.
Go.
It's to know if someone needs a complimentary back massage from a stranger. You're feeling a little stressed out. Let me walk up behind you. Just give you a little rub.
The thing about that is we learn later, or the Doctor, when they learn more about what is going on here, the Doctor speculates about why those things were actually in place. And assuming he is right, which it feels like he probably
he always is, because the show makes him.
It doesn't make any sense at that point why, like, you can't see your own mood and why they have to be on your back. It doesn't really make sense of what we learn later, but we don't need to get into that just yet. Anyway, the emoji bot is like, okay, cool, thank you, and walks off. And the Doctor calls this the era of vacuous teens.
It's old man.
Go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed. Go watch, like, Go watch
Matlock.
Yeah, go watch Matlock, you old man. Go try to climb a ladder. Oh, it's so hard for you. Sorry. They follow the robot to another room. They go to Cube Room where they eat Cube Meal because in the future, do you ever see those ads for Cube Meal?
Oh God. Yeah. What is it called? It's
probably just called Cube. I don't know.
It's got a really weird name. It's like Food Square, but the name doesn't make sense.
This is what they eat in the future, apparently. This will make them happy. And it tastes like fish, but it's made out of algae. And the Doctor is like, because he's like, oh, it's not meat, so anyone can eat it.
Sorry, it's square eat. It's square eat, but it's one word, and it has a capital E, so it becomes square eat.
What are you eating there? Oh, just a square eat. Just
having my square eat for the day.
Because I like to live in like a dystopian future. Anyway,
there's a good Doctor line here.
Is it the one where he says that he's best friends with sea devils because they're a peaceful and social race?
Yeah, basically, Bill is like, oh, it smells like fish, and he says, I'm not fond of fish, except socially, which can complicate a meal like this. He doesn't know. He hasn't met the mean sea devils yet.
He only knows them as a prosperous and peaceful race.
As the nice sea devils.
who live on Earth and are pirates.
Oh, he also just kind of quietly mumbles to himself, "I met an emperor made of algae once. He fancied me."
That was really funny.
We'll have to keep an eye out for whatever the hell that is. I liked Bill's line here where she says that this place feels like the student union before anyone else arrives in the morning.
Mm-hmm. This
I don't know why that just had a real mood to it.
This
I
totally
knew what she meant.
This might be a joke only for you, but
okay.
The sense I get for Bill and the Doctor is on Taskmaster season 4 when Laliatofope like made a big heart out of a cake, like she, and then Greg is like, "You're so young and positive," and that just makes me really that makes me really unhappy. 1 point. That's the vibe I get from Bill a lot.
Yeah, that feels
She's just like
right.
a very positive, young, happy person, and
maybe that's why I like these two so much, because that's the best season of Taskmaster.
Yeah, let's just hope Noel Fielding shows up at some point in Mel Gidroich. Anyway. You can turn the episode on. We're done talking about Taskmaster now.
Are you telling me that Noel and Mel appear in the...
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they do. It would be cool if they did. I mean, it would be cool if they... Wait, I know. Hold on. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if they do.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
I thought you were doing the thing that I did constantly throughout Jurgen It, where I say something that will happen and act like it's me speculating.
I don't know enough about this show to do that, because I haven't watched it in a long-ass time.
Fair enough. Anyway, so the Doctor has a realization. He thinks that the reason the place feels so off is because it's waiting. He says that people are going to be here. They haven't gotten here yet. He says that the robots were probably sent here to set up this facility, make sure that it's ready for the humans.
It's some kind of skeleton crew.
Yeah, he elaborates a little bit later that he thinks there was probably also a setup team. I think we may have seen them get skellied earlier.
Oh, this is a very weird part where she sees that Bill sees that she's got 1 cube and the Doctor has 2 cubes, and she says it's sexist, and then the Doctor says it's because he has 2 hearts, probably, which they have some kind of heart-based portioning system on this planet.
Which is, I think, if that's communicating anything, it's the fact that they're being monitored on like a physiological level, you know?
Yeah. But then of
they
course,
walk through a sort of garden/park area, and the Doctor picks something up off the ground. And,
it's like a little locket or something.
Yeah,
and then
he hides it from Bill, though. He keeps it to himself.
They go into the greenhouse. They go into a greenhouse where it looks like, I thought it was like water being dumped on the plants, but it turns out it's like a powder. Mm-hmm. And Bill doesn't know what rosemary is for a while, which was really strange. She says,
what?
Yeah, she runs over, she says, "Oh, they have this on campus. It smells amazing." And then the Doctor's like, "That's rosemary." Did you not notice that?
I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily recognize rosemary just from the smell.
I guess not. It's got a very distinct smell.
Well.
But yeah, the Doctor is beginning to become a little unnerved and concerned. And then,
meanwhile, Bill is having more and more.
She's
fun
just got her face
second.
buried in the rosemary plant, and then she's like, "What's going on?" And then he says, "Magic haddock. I will explain this."
Yeah, more on that later.
I'll explain this at the end of the episode.
Yep.
But for now, just pretend it's a silly random line.
He says that... this is where he says, I changed my mind from earlier. There would have had to have been some kind of setup team. And she looks at, the like white powder being dumped onto the plants and says, "Oh, what is that stuff?" And he says, "It appears to be some sort of calcium-based fertilizer." And he goes kind of tutor mode and starts being her professor, and he's like, "Think of these 2 questions as one question. What is that fertilizer, and where is the setup team?" And then he walks over to a big machine and he opens a hatch and 100 skeletons pour out.
It does say there's a drawer that says skeletons in here, do not open. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, all the bones pour out and he says they haven't been dead very long. And then an emoji bot walks in and they are looking sad and scared, and it has a sad face, and they run past it. It goes into skull mode. There's a kind of fun line here where Bill is like, why is it chasing us so slowly? And he's like, well, if there's one thing I've learned about being chased, it's that when they're chasing you slowly, it's because they don't need to chase you quickly, or something like that. And then they get surrounded by emoji robots.
I did like that line about being chased. It's one of those, like, the Doctor has done this so many times. It's like when he says, the best way to learn a thing about a person is to get captured by them.
Right, he's getting meta about the adventures he goes on, but not in a way that feels like it's a fourth wall break, a way that feels like he's done this 1,000 times. He's done it
so many times he just knows. So they're all surrounded by the robots, and the Doctor's just like, he's like, okay, I need you to smile real big right now. And so she smiles, and then he says, by the way, did you know that smiling can actually affect your mood? If you smile, you'll become happier.
That feels like it's supposed to be, like, thematically related to what's going on here, but it is absolutely not at all.
Doesn't ever come up again. So they both smile very big.
Did you think that Peter Capaldi went funny Tom Baker here a little bit?
No.
You don't think so?
No. How so? Explain.
It was his big smile, and he approaches the robot very, like, cheerfully, and he's like, hello there, gents.
I guess I could see it.
I thought that was very Fourth Doctor feeling.
Oh, this is the first episode we've recorded in a post me finding a video of Tom Baker in character as the Doctor saying fuck, and it sounding exactly like the way we say it. Like,
oh yeah, he's talking to K9. K9 says, like, I do not have the answers. And he says, like, yeah, you never have the fucking answers.
It's just like, oh my god, it's exactly as I dreamed it would be. This man's low on tokens. You gotta give him some tokens. Anyway.
You gotta make him go funny again.
It's in our Discord. I should pin it in our Discord. It feels important.
Speaking of funny emojis, we do have a Tommy token emoji now.
We do.
I mean, does anyone know what we're talking about who hasn't listened to the bonus episodes? It's the tokens that you give Tom Baker to make him be funny.
It's basically his salary. He gets paid in little tokens, but also
this is the fiction, the true fiction that we discovered, not created, while talking about the serial City of Death. Which
when you pay Tom Baker,
anyway.
He gets so happy that he goes a little funny.
He goes funny.
Goes funny. Okay.
It's sort of the pre-revival equivalent of letting your bones break is going funny.
Going funny. Or going random. Anyway, okay, back on task. So they do a big smile, and then that lets them get past the...
Ooh, what a wonderful facility you're running here. Thank you. I'm gonna go look at more of it.
Here's the robots. Yeah.
I like when they, like, scooch past the robots in this narrow hallway, and one of them, like, slowly, like, reaches to grab them, but kind of, like, backs off as they're pretending to be happy. That was really creepy.
They do get out, and then Bill gets grabbed by a robot, and the emoji bot, and then the Doctor turns it off with the screwdriver, and he never does this again for the rest of the episode, which I thought was a little bit silly.
Yeah, maybe it was because there was only one of them. He was like,
I mean, here I am being like, why didn't the Doctor use his sonic screwdriver to solve all problems? What the fuck am I talking about? I wish that.
I mean, the real question is why did he ever do it? Wouldn't it have been better if he couldn't?
Yeah. And then the building turns out that the Vardis are like the whole building is them. Which is very funny because it's given as like a revelation later, even though we have already seen it happen.
Yeah, I don't think they saw it here, though.
Okay, maybe not. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
A big chunk of the building like disintegrates, and the Vardis start flying after them. They make it out of the city, and the robots leave them alone. And the Doctor says, He says, like, I guess people outside the city aren't their problem or something like that.
And then he says, okay, Bill, I haven't known you long enough for me to, like, want you to die horribly. So get in the TARDIS and please don't leave it for the rest of the adventure. He says, because he's like, okay, stay in here. I'm going back in there. And she's like, aren't we going home? And he says, well, no, like, the colonists haven't arrived at this death trap yet, so I need to fix that before, it kills everybody.
We can't let the colonists arrive and then immediately get turned into skeletons. I like this part because he's very, like, frustrated and indignant about it, because she's like, we escaped. Isn't this when the part where we, like, go home and get to safety? And he's like, what are you talking about? Why would we go home right now? We can't leave that death trap as it is. And I think it ties in with a part of the 12th Doctor's character that we see a lot of, which is he is simultaneously like, I'm getting too old for this shit, but also he just can't change his nature. Like, he feels the need to help everyone that he encounters whenever he can.
Right.
But he doesn't really want to admit that about himself. Because Bill is like, well, shouldn't we, like, call for help? And he's like, who? We're the people who are supposed to help. And she's like, so you're like a space policeman or something. And he's like, no!
Shut up!
He also tells her, go watch some movies in the TARDIS while I blow the facility up. And also don't look at my browser history.
The hell are you doing, Doctor?
He's been getting some links from Harkness.
Dude, check out this like 9-armed, 9-headed, 9-breasted alien creature that I just absolutely got skewered by last night.
Oh god. So she is like, okay, fine. She gets in the TARDIS, but she pretty quickly is like, yeah, no. She gets out and follows him.
Sorry, Jack Harkness sent him a message like, dude, I just had the best sex of my life. Check it out. And it's Garfield.
So she gets out of the TARDIS and looks at the police call box sign on the side.
And I wasn't really sure which of the words I was supposed to be focusing on. There's like, what does it say? It says like a public call box for emergency use, advice, inquiry, something like that.
Yeah.
There's like a couple key phrases on the side of the TARDIS that I thought Bill might be looking at to have a revelation about, but she'll reveal it later, but I wasn't...
Yeah, although more generally she is thinking this proves the true nature of the Doctor, whether he admits it or not.
I think
he wants to help.
It's really funny later where she says you're like a helpline. You're the phone number that you call when, for example, you can't get on the Wi-Fi.
Right, the best tech support in the universe.
So the Doctor is back inside, and he looks at the locket that he picked up, and there's a little waving boy saying, "I'm so glad that I'm not Bones right now."
The boy is wrong, but he doesn't know that just yet.
You should be glad to be Bones. And then I like when he has an idea, and then his emoji is a little light bulb. I liked that. Yeah,
he wouldn't like that though because he hates emojis.
He doesn't get them. You know who would love emojis so much though is the 13th Doctor. I bet
she would love emojis. They're lit. I have a question.
Yes. Sorry, imagine Jodie Whittaker being like, "I love emojis are lit."
Yeah, we did this last week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
I have a thought.
Mm-hmm.
In series 1 of the original Doctor, which we haven't watched yet, but we will be watching very soon on patreon.com/pottingbros when we watch the 3rd serial.
Did you like emojis? I don't think so, Sam, no.
No, here's my question, because I mentioned that he's a grandpa, and I remembered that is literally true. He does have a granddaughter.
He does have a granddaughter. I don't know either, no.
She did?
I don't know anything about the Doctor's granddaughter. I don't know if she's actually his granddaughter or if it's like a what he said she is kind of situation. But also knowing the Doctor, yeah, she's probably dead. Jamie's probably dead. Layla's probably definitely dead. Layla is 100% dead.
Well, I think Jamie is from about 500 bazillion years ago.
Leela, he left on Titan. Yeah, so I don't really know what happened.
He shot K9 with a shotgun.
Because he didn't do anything right.
Piece of shit.
That's not true. That's not true. Sarah Jane is, anyway.
Sarah Jane went on to have adventures.
Yeah,
K9 also got a spin-off for some reason. Anyway, Bill catches up to the Doctor and asks why he's Scottish.
I love, there's a joke. Whenever they go like Doctor Who on the show, I hate it. But every time there's a Doctor or a new companion, it always hits for me. Where like when Rose said, "Why are you Northern?" and then he says like, "There's a North everywhere" or something like that.
Why do you have those big stupid ugly ears?
Wait, no, it's like what about their accent?
When she asks the 10th Doctor, "Why aren't you Scottish?"
And he says that's because I'm not cross.
I saw a video. I didn't realize I had never seen David Tennant not doing the fake accent that he does for Doctor Who.
Isn't it so weird that like
that's not his voice?
Yeah, like I mean, David Tennant played Scrooge McDuck on like DuckTales reboot, right? Like, and Scrooge,
true?
Yeah, and he's doing more his actual voice as Scrooge McDuck than he's doing as Doctor Who. Like, isn't that weird?
That's weird. Bill asks the Doctor. Oh, you alluded to this earlier. Yeah. He says, "I'm not Scottish. I'm just cross."
And then she says, "Is there a Scotland in space?" And he says,
"We know for a fact that there is. We saw it in The Beast Below."
But he says they're all over the place, demanding independence from every planet they land on. Which I don't think that the landing they land on. I don't think that the Scottish landed on Earth and then were like, no. I think they were already there.
This week on Ancient Aliens.
The Scots. Where did they come from?
Yeah, I couldn't tell what the vibe on this joke was because I know that Peter Capaldi did support Scottish independence, so I don't know if this was like a joke at his expense or something.
Moffat's like, fuck you, I'm gonna make you say this, Peter.
But yeah, Bill calls him out. She's like, I know. Oh, we didn't address this earlier. They had a conversation early in the episode where she was like, why does the TARDIS look like a police box? And he's like, oh, it's just camouflage. And she's like, but why?
I thought it was like, I could have sworn it was Doctor Who lore that it was stuck that way. There's like a thing called the Chameleon Matrix or something. And the TARDIS
we have heard about that.
It's just broken.
Not to be confused with the Chameleon arc that he used last time to make himself into a human. But I mean, whether or not Bill is right, she basically says, I figured out why you keep the police box.
Because it's an iconic design.
It's because you are the helpline. You are the person who goes around helping
You do tell people how to get on the Wi-Fi.
No, that's not me.
No! Shut up!
He changes the subject and tells her to look at the wall.
He points his sonic screwdriver at it, and when he's waves it across the wall, you can see it's made out of little nanobots. And
I thought that he was legitimately just being an asshole and that he was gonna walk away. But yeah, he's like, look at the wall, and she's like, why? And he's like, just do it, and she does, and yeah, he shows that it's made of Vardis, and he says that they have to smile because the entire facility is made of the things that are watching them.
And then he says, okay, we need to go find a real wall. It's like Vikings. When the Vikings landed, they'd flip their ships upside down and then live inside them. We didn't see a spaceship outside, so where's the ship that the colonists arrived on? It must be within the building. And then not 4 seconds later, they see it. They're right there, which I did.
I assume that they cut ahead or something. I don't know. I did like the part where he tells Bill to smile. And then he looks back at her and she's smiling really big, but for real. And he's like, oh, I didn't think it would be that easy. And she's like, you're the best tutor I've ever had. You're
the best agriculture professor I've ever had. I found out what was in the Doctor's search history. Rivets.
I'm learning so much about different types of fertilizer.
This MF love rivets.
And how to make them.
Because they do find the spaceship and he goes, meteor damage, flux of rust, and my favorite, rivets. I just love that
You think he was Googling rivets?
I think he likes them. Maybe
sexually?
No. Maybe the thing he was embarrassed about in his search history was he's like looking up how to use emoji.
How to be normal. He was Googling modern slang.
Yeah, how to appeal to a youthful generation. He's just like, you know what? I'll wait till I die and regenerate to try to figure this one out.
He opens the door. He does note that it wasn't even locked, which suggests that they expected to arrive and live here in peace. No need to
and
lock
they're
the door.
on a classic Rusty Davies era, grimy ass industrial ship like the one in 42.
Yeah, she asks about the difference between the architecture, and he says that this is wet brain architecture compared to the dry brain architecture that the Vardis built.
This is a new thing. This is a new thing that he's trying to start.
It's very strange.
It's so weird. Oh, and then he's like, "Oh, here's the map. Okay, cool. Bill, you stay here and you help me navigate to get to the
Also, as they walk in, first of all, the emoji robots detect that someone has gone into the ship and they start approaching. But also, inside the ship itself, there's like a computer voice that detects that something's going on and that there's people here. That will matter later for reasons, because I was really confused until I remembered the ship detecting them. Anyway.
So they go through all 42 security doors to get to the map, and then they...
I do have to say, I don't want to fully relitigate the argument that I cut all 45 minutes of when we talked about that episode, but I thought that this episode was a great example of what I think is a good way of doing this. We see a few different rooms on the ship. They all are very visually distinct. There's the engine room that's like this bottomless pit surrounding it.
There's the cryogenics room. There's the room with the shrine of the dead woman.
Yeah, and the reason that I felt like making that comparison was because I had an issue in the episode 42 that the characters were all just talking to each other freely, no matter where they were, and it made it hard to follow where anyone was on the ship. But this episode, I think, did it right, because the Doctor and Bill are talking to each other over invisible comms that allow them to talk to each other wherever they are. But I thought that there was a strong sense of place, and the set design was good.
It does have good set design. Also, there were 2 of them, which is way less than there were on 42, which probably helps.
Yeah, there were 42 of them there. What the episode was about. Anyway,
the Doctor says, "You stay here and guide me."
There's another trait that I've started to pick up on with the 12th Doctor, which is that this man loves analog stuff.
He's an old man.
He was talking to Nardole and Oxygen about like the noise that spaceship doors should make. He's like, rivets. This is wonderful. He sees a big map on the wall of the ship and he runs over. He's like, "Look at this, Bill. It's a map."
He hates touchscreens. He hates them.
No wonder he hates emojis. He wants people to draw a colon and a closed parentheses on a piece of paper with a pen.
He wants them to chisel it into a clay tablet with a stylus. So he tells Bill to stay here and guide him to the engine room while he goes down there. As he's going through the ship, he does find like a room full of like curios and objects and knickknacks and
antiques. Which is another sign the Doctor points out of like this was definitely meant to be like a permanent settlement. Right. Like this is not, we're coming here to check the place out. We are bringing our antiques.
So this is where, I don't know, they have a conversation about something or other, and this is where Bill like finds the engine.
She
core.
says what gives you the authority to blow things up and not get in trouble, and he's like, I have a moral imperative to blow up the murder machine.
Also, I have a time machine that means I can just go somewhere else if there were ever consequences, just saying.
But then the computer voice startles Bill and says, "Error 1, systems initiated."
This is the part. This is the part where the Doctor gets to the engine and he says, yes, these things are so easy to blow up.
Fucking Fleischman, that dumbass cold fusion idiot.
And then Bill realizes that she could just take a picture of the map and follow him, and the Doctor's like, I memorized the whole thing.
He's very smug. He's like, only just now figured that out, did you? I already memorized the map anyway.
With the express purpose of keeping her away, basically. He keeps trying to... and then this is where Bill finds... This is where the episode starts to become a different episode, I think. This is like the precise... You can pinpoint the moment where this episode goes funny, which is that Bill finds some kind of curtained shrine with a dead old woman in it and a book that has, like, humanity dot frowny face in it. It's like a huge...
the dead woman has an emoji patch on her face, on her forehead, that's making like an X mouth face. This
is like an enlightened manuscript book where you open it up.
Yeah, it's like a big ornate... It's like a foot thick.
What is this? In the context of what we learn later, what is this room?
No clue.
Why is it, like, what is it? What was it supposed to be? It doesn't match aesthetically.
The fact that she's in this, like, she's, like, surrounded by these big, like, purple curtains that they put up around her.
It aesthetically doesn't fit with any of the ship, and also
she's, like, lying on a table with this big ornate book at her feet. It looked like this is... for a second I was like, oh, is this like they brought the queen here and she's in stasis or something? This is just like a dead colonist.
I was like, is she like the interface of the Vardy or something? Like she's like this living... No, it's just a dead old woman in the
She
shrine.
died. They were like, oh, put her in storage with the big book.
Put her in the curtain room. Put her in the Twin Peaks roleplay room.
I did like when we cut to one of the emoji bots arriving. Oh, we didn't mention when they walked into the ship, they locked the door behind them, and the emoji bot tries to open the door and it's locked. And then the smiley face on the screen gets key emojis for eyes and the door unlocks. So silly.
Very funny. So then Bill opens the enlightened manuscript and it shows like it's like Unga Bunga, cavemen, Mesopotamia, Egypt, Europe, Rome, Europe. Oh my god, everyone's dead. Oh no, climate change.
Oh no, history was good until it was bad.
Nuclear bombs, And then Bill's like, hey, why did everybody have to leave Earth? And then the doctor's like, yeah, Earth got fucked.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I was trying to figure out, something you were saying was sounding off to me. Did you mean an illuminated manuscript?
Yes, I think that's what I was thinking of. Did I say enlightened manuscript?
You were saying enlightened.
An illuminated manuscript. That's what those things are called.
A very smart manuscript.
A very smart manuscript. An illuminated manuscript. Thank you. So she says, like, what happened...
Just wanted to correct that before someone calls us stupid in the Discord.
What happened in... And I thought it was very smart for referencing an enlightened manuscript.
Play Pentiment.
So he's like, yeah, Earth got fucked up. Some people got on a big UK-themed spaceship on the back of a whale. They were the last ones to leave. Everyone else got on normal spaceships with their Vardys, I guess. And also Scotland flew off on theirs. And then some of them were on country-themed ships, and some of them came here. He does say I met a few of them before, like I've met a few.
Yeah, over the years.
Some of them are, very slimy.
Bill is crying.
Bill's
at
upset.
The realization that there's an apocalypse in the future.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, Bill. I mean...
Sorry.
Yeah.
So the doctor is, like, tearing the engine apart, but he's like, I could use your help, Bill. Could you come here and help? And she walks back into the storage room proper, and the little boy from the rocket is there and says, are we there yet?
Are you my mummy?
Are you my mummy?
What if that was just like... God... I can't think of a
bottles of beer on the wall.
I can't think of
bottles of beer.
I can't think of a stupider thing to happen in a Doctor Who episode than the Vardy just are also the nanites, and they do this again, and it's like supposed to be fan service. Like, wow,
God, I forgot that was the resolution there.
Okay, so the Doctor, I don't know what he's like doing right now, where he's like trying to hold the engine back, because. Because he's still in blow up.
It's gonna explode, but not the way that I like.
Yeah, exactly. He's still in blow up the ship mode for now.
Looks like Fleischman was a little bit better at building these engines than you gave him credit for, Doctor.
And then Bill is talking to the Doctor about, hey, there's a boy here. And then at the same time, an emoji bot rolls up behind him. and he thinks it's her for some reason. I don't know why. And then he sees...
Well, he hears it walking up, and he's like, there you are, Bill. But then he sees the smiley face emoji reflected on the, like, engine gauges.
Bill, your servos are sounding a little louder than they normally do. You gotta get that fixed on the TARDIS. He
whirls around and whacks it in the face with a wrench, and Bill arrives with the boy, and he says, "Where is everybody?" And the doctor goes, "Now when you oh yeah, because he literally is like, all right, I've rigged up the engine to explode." And then the boy arrives and says, "Where is everybody?" And he's like, "Now when you say..."
Hold on a minute.
Everybody.
Hold on a minute. Oh, and then he goes, "Oh, dear God. Oh, no. Oh, very much no."
They go to the cryopods room that you mentioned earlier, and there are...
Hey, there's a lot of guys on this ship that you were about to kill, Doctor. Oh, maybe you should have checked that. Yeah, the ship
computer, following up on the little error message from earlier, is like, "Beginning emergency disembarkation," and the Doctor's like, "Oh my shit." God!
I love how we don't get very many episodes where the Doctor is just wrong, just completely wrong.
Yeah,
it was good to see.
Certainly not where he admits it.
Yeah, humbling even to see the Doctor. They
are able to run back to the engine and fix it in time. But he's like, "Well, I almost just killed all the survivors from Earth."
Except for the ones on the whale ship, but okay. And then the boy walks out of the ship, and the like city is like, "Hey, welcome to our city. Be happy.
Be happy,
Wink. Or we'll fucking kill you."
It doesn't say that. So the Doctor is immediately worried because he's like, well, as of right now, if we don't fix the problem, everyone's gonna get off the ship, find that their friends and family were ground into fertilizer while they were asleep, and then if they don't smile about it, they will also be killed.
I have an alternate ending for this episode. All those people, they find out that all those people who were out there first were just universally hated, like by design. Like
now everyone can't stop smiling.
They needed fertilizer, and they were just like, "Send good thing. We fucking hate good thing. We hate pleasant. We hate delightful. They're the worst." And then they go out and they're like, "Are they dead? Yes, finally! Yay!
Yay! I love it here. This is my favorite place in the universe."
But they're sincere about it. So they go to the cryo room.
Here's a little callback to Jurgen. It's the widest smile someone could possibly have.
Yeah, smile, eyes lifting.
They're gonna give the robots a pile of money.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Anyway,
so they go back to the cryo room, and there's a dude who his name is Steadfast. He's the new main character of this episode for like 5 seconds.
He's like, "Oh man, those pods. I don't think we've met, have we?" And the Doctor's like, "You've arrived at the end of the world." And Steadfast goes, "Again? We only just got here. Ha 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 ha." But the Doctor says, "No, I'm serious.
Stay on the ship. Shut up."
No one leaves the ship until I tell you otherwise. He walks off with Bill looking very serious, and she's like, "Okay, so you have a plan?" And he's like, "No. But if I act like they do, hopefully that means that they won't try to think of one themselves."
And then she's like, "Okay, I need to show you something. Let's go to the curtain, the shrine of death." And he takes her to the dead body room, and he's like, "Okay, hold on, let's figure this out." So
they look. I guess the book is supposed to be like the memories of humanity or something. I don't know, but they look in the book and they find the data, and the book indicates that the woman died a normal human death, natural causes, but then after she died, a few more people on the colony died at the same time as each other, and then, a little while later, a bunch more people all died at once, and then everybody else in the colony died at once.
So basically what the Doctor concludes is that the Vardy, their job is to make sure people are happy. That's their one directive. Nobody thought about it beyond that. Nobody thought to include any kind of fail-safes or, like, don't kill people. But anyway, one person died of natural causes, and then people who knew her got sad, and then the Vardy killed them because they were very sad, and they
had no concept of what grief was or what it what you do with it. So they were just like, grief is the enemy of happiness. We need to get rid of grief.
Or how do we make people happy to let their bones breathe? Makes way more sense. And then obviously there was like a positive feedback. Is it like because skeletons are always smiling, so they were just trying to get at that smile that's underneath all of our faces?
Yes.
We are always...
I mean, the smile of the skull was what prompted this entire bit in the first place.
Right. We are all smiling underneath. So anyway, it was a positive feedback loop where they kept killing everybody, making everybody else grieve, and then they died, and then everyone was dead.
Also, a thing that's kind of freaky about this is that the data book thing shows that all of this happened in a single morning. It happened so fast. He calls it grief as a plague. We get a little bit more of an understanding of the patches. He says the Tardis would have given these patches to the colonists. Their job was to maintain happiness, which they were taught basically meant food and water. And the patches just showed, is this person in a Sims type of way surviving acceptably? But then, in a Maslow's type of way, the Tardis expanded their understanding of happiness from food and bathroom to food, bathroom, social, and environment.
Yeah.
And they started to get a broader perspective of what happiness is, but this woman was the first person on this planet to die, and suddenly everyone's meters dropped down to red, and they started waving at the camera and going, "Tarfudu!"
And then they turned into bones? Did the Grim Reaper show up?
The Tardis took the shape of the Grim Reaper. Good Thing tried to play rock, paper, scissors with them, but she lost, and then they all got skeletoned.
Yep. So,
and then the doctor says, the thing about the Tardis, though, is that they would have understood this to be a positive solution, much like the magic haddock. Not bad, not good, just different.
Yeah.
This is when I googled magic haddock to see if it was like a British folktale I've never heard of.
It's a thing the Doctor
first result was Tardis Wiki.
Yeah.
Oh, that doctor.
Mm-hmm. So
there's a very unnecessary Bill idiot moment here.
Uh-huh.
When the doctor says, "Oh, here, I found this locket in the garden," and she pops it open and sees the boy waving, and she's like, "Oh, did this belong to his mom or maybe his grandma? I guess we'll see them when they get out of the pod." And the doctor's like, "No, you fucking idiot."
Bill, you fucking idiot. So they, so the doctor's like, "Oh, they must all have friends and family on the setup team. So we need to stop them from getting fucked up real bad by the robots." And this is an insane line that I don't understand, where he says, "What's the opposite of a massacre? In my experience, it's a lecture."
Yeah, I don't know what that meant. Okay. I guess he means that a lecture can prevent a massacre. But...
If I simply reach it. Okay, so the boy sees Emoji Bot. We see it's just like he's going further into the city. Then the doctor goes back downstairs to the cryo room. There's lots of people woken up now,
and this is where the I would say the problems sort of started when Bill finds the dead woman and it starts to get a little muddled. They really start muddling it here. This is
apparently about slavery?
Yes, the doctor tells the colonists who are starting... There's like a few dozen of them now. And he's like, "Well, as is often the case, your slaves have started thinking for themselves." And I'm like, all right, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, that is not what this episode is about.
Doesn't count.
You can't just start it. We're in the final 8 minutes of the episode. You can't just start saying that this is a slavery allegory.
It becomes even weirder at the end in a way that I just can't even believe. Anyway, so he's like, and then we see the boy get an emoji patch from the emoji bot. And then
he asks, "Are you my mummy? Where my mummy?"
And then all of the colonists are getting guns because
because from their perspective, the robots killed our families, and the doctor's like, "Okay, you don't understand though. The city is made of the robots. You can't fight them," and they're not listening.
And then the boy
says, chase after the colonists.
"Where my mummy?"
They find the boy, and there's 2 robots standing with him. And Bill tries to talk down the colonists, and she says, and I quote, "You don't need to do this. You just need to,
I've
and
just
then
figured
she
it
gets
out.
cut off, and I would love to know what the end of that sentence was going to be.
I know what to do. The boy is crying now because his mummy, no mummy.
The robots grab him by the wrists and start to tear him in half.
Steadfast shoots one of them, and
the other robot, which has just experienced the death of one of its own for the first time,
doesn't understand.
Its emoji face starts flickering between like the angry skull and like a confused face. And Steadfast is like, whatever, it's just one robot. And then the whole building starts swarming at them. And the doctor says, oh my god, the Vardis, they're not responding to the sadness. This is self-preservation. They're alive.
You clever nanobots.
And I think this seems like a good moment to, well, no. I'll air all my grievances at the end.
I'll
just say right here, right now, let's put a pin in this. What just happened doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. And then the doctor says an epic line. This is like one for the gift sets where he says...
this is pretty stupid, but I did like it.
He says, do you know why I always win at chess? I have a secret move. I kick over the board, and then he presses the button that makes it good.
Good is a
He
word.
presses the button that makes it the episode.
He presses the end of the... he presses the stop button on the episode.
He presses the button that concludes.
Oh, we should also mention that in the chaos, I did catch at least one of the human colonists does get completely vaporized. There is a body count in this phase of the episode. But there's a huge flash of light as he does screwdriver at the destroyed emoji bot. And we get some like panning shots, exterior shots of the city as the doctor narrates. He tells the haddock story. A fisherman caught a magic haddock, and it offered him 3 wishes in exchange for its life. And he wished first for his son to come home from the war, and second for 100 pieces of gold. But the haddock, you see, it doesn't think like people do. It doesn't think about things that we think of as good being good and bad being bad.
It puts a fucked up spin on
differently.
It says it makes you be careful what you wish for, you see.
But I think that this is the point that he's making is that it's not malicious like a twisted monkey's paw situation. It's just different. So the haddock says, okay, you want 100 gold pieces and your son to come home from the war? I know exactly how to make that happen. I will make your son a dead war hero. He comes home in a coffin and the king sends you 100 gold pieces as a reward for your son's heroism. And then we go back to the inside of the facility and Steadfast wakes up on the ground and we see that the doctor is just telling them this story.
They're all sitting cross-legged on the story time carpet in front of the doctor.
And he pushes the muddle it even more button and he says, so what do you think that he should have wished for his third wish? If you were in his position, you probably would have wished for more wishes. But this city proves that that's not a good idea. So now this is about how the colonists were being greedy.
It's about greed. How dare they be in cryostasis?
How dare they? I mean, this is the point in the episode where I have to say, it's going to keep calling them colonists for the whole thing. These are not colonists. These are like refugees.
Yeah.
They are escaping from the end of the world.
We don't know about where what else is on this planet, but
we are given no reason to believe that anything lives here.
And then the doctor explains that what he did. Oh, he says that the fisherman actually wished that he had never made those first 2 wishes, which is what I did. I pressed the reset button. I pressed the
reset button. Every computer has one. It's easy to find if you're a handsome genius.
And then he explains that he wiped...
I think that's what he said.
And then he says that he basically wiped the Vardis' memories. So now they think that this is their city and they don't know why humans are living in it. And
yes, they will have woken up in this city. The city is built of them. They have these emoji bot interfaces and they are confused why these people are in their city.
So just to tally things up, first we have like slavery. Then we have And now he says, "Oh, and basically I've turned them into the indigenous life form of the planet."
Yes, for all intents and purposes, they are the indigenous life of this planet.
So you better be nice to them?
I did like the line, even though I don't like what's going on here. I liked the line, "They're the only ones who know how anything works."
Yeah, I guess I don't really understand why the, like, resolution, not from the Doctor's perspective, but from the writer's perspective, is that these people need to be punished for any of the things.
Right. What did they do?
What did they do? I mean,
nothing.
I do think
they did nothing wrong.
I do think that whoever designed the, like, nanobot system probably should be skeletonized, because they, like, didn't put any fail-safes.
What we learn is that the Vardis became self-aware. They are now an artificial intelligence. They can think and feel and reason. And it's like, okay, why does that mean that the human colonists are the villains? They came out of cryo
literally
sleep
just woke up
to find that their friends and family were massacred by the robots.
Like, what?
And the Doctor's like, you fucking idiots.
Like,
you need to show them some bloody respect.
I guess if they're gonna be like, oh, the Vardy became self-aware, you have to broach this situation differently than you would. But yeah, it very much is targeting it at the you are colonizers on this indigenous person's planet.
We epically own them for some reason, and I'm like, I don't know why that's happening.
What did they do?
And Steadfast is like, but they killed our families. And the Doctor says, well, maybe, but they don't remember doing that anymore.
Like, I feel so bad.
You don't want to sleep rough tonight.
So bad for
smile.
I feel so bad for all of these people.
It's so weird.
And also now they just live in a city that can kill them at any time.
Yes, they live in a city made of the robots that killed their friends and families.
Forever? And, like, what if the robots just, like...
Hey, remember that little boy? We don't see him again.
We never see him again. He's an orphan.
He does not appear on screen after the Doctor pushes the reset button.
We
are not in any way going to reckon with the fact that this boy has lost his mom.
His mom and also his grandma and his aunt also, I think. Yeah, they're all dead.
The Doctor says, I'll negotiate. He turns to the robot and he says, I made a mistake before, even though the robots won't remember this. I didn't recognize that you were an emergent life form, and I would like to help you negotiate with the humans as a show of good faith and apology, because these humans have their eyes on your city. Would you like to discuss rent? And the robot makes emoji pound sign eyes, and there's a cha-ching sound effect.
Okay, so now they're cool landlord killbots.
I don't understand anything. I don't know what humans are. I don't know how we got here. I don't know anything. But I know one thing. I love to make Great British pounds in my bank account.
Also, I'm a city made of killbots. I'm going to be charging these people rent to make a profit off of them for seemingly no reason, and also, I guess, probably if they don't pay the rent, I will...
Money that I can't possibly use. So the Doctor... Here's what happened, okay? The world was ending. These people fled the destruction of Earth on a spaceship.
How dare they, first of all? First of all, just shame on them.
The robots, and we don't know if they made the robots or if they just were using some robots that had already existed, but the robots set up the city for them, and then through just pure oversight, someone died and the robots misunderstood what was the way to proceed with it, and they killed everyone. The refugees wake up and are told, hey, all your friends and family who woke up before you are all dead. And they go, oh no, that's no good. They leave the ship. They go up to not a robot. Steadfast shoots the interface.
Yeah, the emoji bot.
He doesn't. The Vardis aren't in it. The Vardis are not harmed by it.
He basically,
this is like if you walked up to me and grabbed my phone out of my hand.
I mean, I wouldn't like that.
And threw it on the floor and stomped on it.
I would kill you if you did
and
that.
I just opened fire.
As is your right. And then the Doctor...
He broke one of their computer monitors, and the Doctor... And by the way, the Vardis then start killing people. People die.
And then the
Doctor says, hold on. I
can fix it.
I can fix this.
I'm going to turn them into...
I've come up with a fitting punishment for the humans. Wait, sorry, what? I've come up with a fitting punishment for the humans. It's eternal serfdom to the killbots.
How dare they?
You are now beholden to them forever!
This is your only chance. Where else are you gonna go?
You can't leave. They built a city around your ship. Good fucking luck!
I think the second that the Doctor leaves, Steadfast goes down to that cold fusion reactor and just, like, turns it, like, just fucking blows the whole thing up and kills everybody and himself.
The part where the robot smiles with pound sign eyes was the part where I said, there is no fucking way this is the same series as Oxygen.
No. Why is it, like, be respectful to the indigenous population, which I just invented, by the way. I made them indigenous. But also, the indigenous population is then going to exploit the colonizers for their
The indigenous
money?
slave robot killbot landlords
What happened?
are going to exploit the labor of the vicious, victimized refugee colonists. Okay?
How dare they want to find a place to live?
Great app.
This is stupider than fucking press the button that makes you stop torturing the whale so it goes faster than ever before. This is dumber
I thought
than
that this episode was going to be a great one. I thought this episode was... I was loving it. I thought this was, like, maybe teetering on the edge of an A-. And then the dead woman thing happened, and I was like, I don't know. That's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe... And then he was like, the robots, or should I say slaves, and I was like, no, hold on.
No.
The episode's not even over. There's one last scene. We can just get it out of the way. It's basically a next time on, but the robot says cha-ching. They get back on the TARDIS, and Bill says, so, do you always go around fixing problems like a space policeman? And he's like, no. And they go back, they think they're in the university. He says, quote, the kettle's boiling, I put a vault to God, and everything is exactly as we left it. Sorry, is the Series 8 vault God Mountain?
No, I thought that too. It was a subtitles error. I don't remember. I heard him say what he actually said, but I don't remember what it was. But it was a subtitle thing, I think.
We'll see. I think that he's got the God pit in there. He says everything is exactly as we left it. They open the door and it's snowing and they're in London and there's an elephant walking on
it's thin ice.
It's thin ice.
Hey, next time on Doctor Who, and then you can just listen to our episode on thin ice.
I cannot believe
I've never
the
seen
same Doctor who was so anti-capitalist in Oxygen invented space feudalism.
I don't even know if this is space feudalism. It's less space feudalism and more like an eternal hostage situation.
He very specifically framed it as rent.
Yeah. I mean,
they have to keep paying tribute to the Vardis
so that they can.
I guess they'll be killed,
so they can spend it on Vardy, something or other. Yeah, I've never seen a Doctor Who episode like just tear itself to pieces so hard in the last like 8 minutes. Oh my god!
I will say this episode until it was started
most
to go
of a
off
good
the rails,
episode. Yeah.
I was like B+, maybe even A-. They fumbled it so hard at the very end. I think I'm still gonna give it a B.
I was gonna say they fumbled it so hard, but like I have to consider the whole viewing experience, so I'm gonna bump it to a C. Middle of the road.
I enjoyed it a lot, except for the very end. So it's still a B overall for me, but holy shit, did they fuck it up at the end.
Maybe
that's a B down from a potential A-.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Maybe Frank Cottrell Boyce was like, the deadline for the script was coming up and he was like, I have to pull an all-nighter, and then he just took a bunch of Adderall or something.
I mean, they changed the allegory so many times. It felt like they just kept reassigning the episode to somebody else at the last minute.
It was truly...
They handed it off to like the script editor, Norman Ashby in quotes.
It was completely
and he's like,
correct.
yeah, the robots are slaves. Oh, sorry, my kid's sick. I gotta go pick him up from school. Oh, the robots are indigenous.
And also they're landlords.
They're landlords. They're indigenous landlord slaves. I don't know. The episode's going up in 3 hours. We gotta start filming.
They haven't started yet. Wow. Okay. That
Shit,
was
we have to
weird.
do this episode live.
Sam, do we have any sorry. Hey, it's the annual, weekly, monthly, daily companion awards. Do we have any awards?
Bill gets a gold star. She's going to get a gold star every episode.
Unless she like does something really problematic.
She gets the Sarah Jane Initiative Award, no question.
I guess she found the body in the body room. It felt like the doctor
in terms of initiative.
Yeah, what'd she do for initiative?
The doctor literally told her wait in the TARDIS until this is done,
That's
and
true.
then she disobeyed him and came after him. He told her to wait at the map. She didn't do that. She took him to the dead woman in the curtains room. She was taking initiative.
She was taking initiative. You're right.
I mean, if it weren't for her, he would have blown the place up.
No sick stunts.
Which, hey, maybe it would have been better. Maybe he should have blown
No, that's
the
what I'm
place
telling you.
up.
I'm telling you, the second they left, Steadfast blew up that ship and killed them all.
I'm taking away Bill's gold star. She fucked those people so bad.
They should have just been killed.
No sick stunts.
No stunts. Nobody got like when they got their bones out. There wasn't like a funny burp sound effect afterwards. So no Medal of
but yeah,
just a gold star and initiative award. Yeah. All right, Sam. It's time. Actually, we do have a listener submitted question this week.
Oh, we do.
You sent it to Jordan and not me.
If you have a question, you can send it to our Tumblr at drhuh.tumblr.com /
or our co-host at cohost.org/drhuh.
Which this question is from Anonymous, and it says, Do you think Pete's world has a Bev? How would Jackie get enrichment without a Bev to complain to about Rose? Do you remember Jackie's
the timeline, the alternate reality that Rose ends up in?
Yes.
Does Jackie have her friend Bev to shit talk people on the phone?
I mean, I think it'd be very funny because
it's a golden age. Jackie will be thriving. For sure.
Exactly. This is a paradise on Earth, a golden age. It's like some kind of socialist utopia. It's like the People's Republic of England or something. But yes,
2 cars in every garage and a Bev in every phone.
Everybody has a Bev. One of Pete's inventions is the Bev phone AI, where any time you can just call her up and just shit talk your daughter to them. It's perfect. It's a great world to live in. I'm jealous of Rose, quite frankly.
Who was that question from?
It was from an anonymous.
Thank you, anonymous.
Thank you. All right, it's the most important time of the episode. It's time to ask which doctor, and then find out who we're gonna see. I want to see Jodie, but I don't want to see Flux.
I want a bad episode with Jodie in it. I want a Flux episode. Failing that, I want an episode.
You're right. We need to be humbled. We need Flux. Give us Flux. Oh my god.
It's Capaldi. Series 10.
Can't get enough of this guy.
The Lie of the Land. Where does this relate to?
This is the same series. This is a Capaldi Bill again.
Oh yeah, wait. What?
Right? Lie of the Land.
I think I messed up my notes. I thought that this was Series 8.
This is Series 10.
Oh, no. Yeah, it is Series 10. I don't know why I thought this was 8. I'm an idiot. I was literally looking at an episode from Series 8 on the spreadsheet while I was talking, and I confused myself.
Where is this in relation to the ones we've seen? The Lie of the Land?
This is 1, 2, 3 episodes after Oxygen.
It's okay. It's like right in the middle of the season. Let's see. What are we looking at? What's our premise here? What are the reviews? I should say mixed reviews. So that means
the weakest story in the season so far.
That means it's going to be really, really, really good.
Don't look at anything else because I see it closes a significant chapter for the 10th season. So I'm going to go ahead and
they're going to open the vault and find Shadow the Hedgehog is in there. Well,
I forgot that Shadow's in there.
One thing you gotta know is that Doctor Who critics are universally the wrongest people in the entire media sphere. So
that's true, but I did read that people said about Smile, it was pretty good until the ending.
Sometimes they're broken.
Sometimes they're right.
Yep. All right, Sam. Let's talk about our Patreon.
Okay, that's a good idea.
And tell our listeners how they can get more Doctor Who content every.
That's so true. At patreon.com/pottingbros, you can get for $1 a month a mildly special Discord role marking you as a friend of the show. You get all of our bonus content. we will be doing our first bonus episode on the first Doctor very soon.
I'm so excited to see that, dude. I hope it's good.
And our most recent was a second Doctor serial called The Dominators, episodes 1 and 2.
A weird one.
It was a weird one, but we did get to watch Patrick Troughton get tortured. I saw, Lauren showed me someone that she follows on Tumblr reblogged a clip of one of the later episodes of The Dominators. I don't remember what happened in it, but I remember it was really funny. So we missed out, basically.
Yeah, I hope we get circle back to it eventually. I mean, the
Someday.
odds of rolling. I mean, in terms of Patrick Troughton episodes, we have basically like a 1 in 6 chance of getting the Dominators because there's only like 6 episodes that still exist.
There's more Second Doctor serials than you'd think. They lost a lot of them, but they also made a lot.
He was around for a long ass time. I just remember seeing someone post on Tumblr a picture of Patrick Troughton and all of his companions like together in one shot, and it said like, "Why are there so few pictures of these people together? I love them."
Because there's like one episode.
Yeah, I looked it up, and it was like, it was a series 4 episode, and there are like 6 out of 44 episodes that still exist.
Yeah,
Holy
it's the
shit.
lostest of all the series. Anyway, $5 gets you a pretty special Discord role, marking you as a companion of the show. You can send us a message that we'll read in one of our funny voices. I think I said messes, but I meant message. And you get a shout out in the podcast. $10 gets you an incredibly special Discord role, marking you as an honorary member of House Misuza. We will clap for you. You can listen to the podcast live while we record it, and all the other shit. Thank you to our $5 and $10 subscribers. Get ready. Here they go. It's Cassidy, it's JCH, it's Roy, it's Stephanie Bolding, it's Stephanie Karen, it's Violet Magician, and House Misuza are here. Their grand entrance. Let's clap for them, everyone. I want you to clap while you listen to this. It's Destry Hawk, it's H-Cabe, and it's Sauceworks.
Hey, thank you.
We don't have a message this week.
You know, I think it's really funny that we have the like funny voices in our messages because we don't really do funny voices on Doctor Huh anymore. Not really.
We do Fourth Doctor voice.
We do Fourth Doctor voice, but we had all of our classic Josh voice, Kyle voice, Hillary
We haven't
voice,
seen the Daleks that many times.
Ben voice. We see Daleks in like 2 episodes. Anyway.
That's true. Anyone listening to only Doctor Huh and not our previous podcast will be like, what funny voices? Funny voices, they never say.
Yeah.
I don't say because there's so many of them. There's Steppenwolf. There's Ben from Secret Life. There's Josh from Kyle XY. We have all these funny voices.
I don't want the Josh voice.
Grapefruit.
Oh, we can do some Droopy Mole Man Ricky voice. Okay.
Lauren and I do Droopy Mole Man voice all the time in our regular lives.
I also do it all the time in my regular life. Okay, so
I guess someone does like me after all.
Okay, so Sam, you can find all of our episodes at do we have a website?
You always try to do that. It hasn't been true since Jurgen it.
secretlifepod.com.
I still have that URL. It still goes to our MySpace page.
We are on Tumblr at drhunt.tumblr.com. I'm on Tumblr at Kiwami Breakfast. I'm not on Twitter anymore. Don't try. Well, Sam, where can we find you? On co-host or some bullshit?
We're on co-host at Dr. Huh. I'm on co-host at Positive Stress. I'm on the podcast Sounds About Light. We are still talking about Kingdom Hearts Recoded. We've got 2 more episodes of that, and then we will be starting on Dream Drop Distance. Oh my god.
Are we on Noisepace, Sam?
Yes, Jordan, you're right. We're on Noisepace.xyz with other podcasts like The Island Shuffle.
Pot of Greed.
Special Grade Snacks.
Gay Friends Chainsaw Dog Sanctuary. And
That's
many
so true.
more.
You can listen to those podcasts at Noisepace, and you'll like it. Okay, hey.
Yeah.
There comes a time at the end of every episode of Dr. Huh where I have to say a little prayer.
You gotta say that prayer.
Can I get segued into it now that I've segued you into segueing me in?
Sam, can you say the prayer? Is that what you wanted?
Right. We have not seen Amy Pond in, I think, about a year.
We saw her in Let's Kill Hitler.
That feels like a year ago.
It wasn't that long ago. It's like,
May your life flow like a river, who was in Let's Kill Hitler. May your days smell sweet as a rose, who was in Let's Kill Hitler. Wait.
Nope.
Hold on.
Nope.
Let me start over. May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. May your nights be calm and still as a pond. May you be as lucky as an ace in a game of blackjack. Harkness, who sends pictures of alien sex parts to the doctor. May Dan the Nice Man smile nicely upon you. May Clara make a clever souffle. May Bill please survive
Please
season
don't
8.
die.
And may the Doctor
You said
light your path.
you said season 8 again. She's in season
Shit.
10.
May Bill survive series 10. And may the Doctor light your path through time.
Excelsior! Dr. Bye.
Doctor, bye.